Everybody needs good neighbors with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. Neighbors should be there for one another. That's when good neighbors become good friends.
I spilled the wine.
On my trousers.
So he took them off.
To dry them.
Well, you can see for yourself. Look at the wine bottle.
Sure, ma'am. Anything you say, ma'am.
We've done nothing to be ashamed of.
Of course. You're two mature adults.
We are nothing of the kind.
Say no more. I won't interfere.
There's Mr. Young's trousers, see?
Eileen.
George. Now look, underneath this robe, Mr. Young is fully dressed. Show him, George.
Eileen, please. I'm sure that Des is aware of the facts.
I will never forgive you, Desmond.
Hey, what have I done?
Make Mr. Young look very foolish.
Honestly, Eileen, it's quite all right.
Oh, George, please be quiet. I'm sorry, George. Now, would you sit down for just a moment while I have a word with Desmond? Oh. I suppose you think that's funny. A joke on your mother, hmm?
I brought these round, if you need them.
Of course I need them. I have no idea how I'm going to get through the night.
Desmond, can we offer you a glass of wine?
Oh, thanks, George, but no, I think I'll let you both get back into it.
Excuse me, George. There is a radiator in the kitchen. Will you get it for me, please, George? Good night, Desmond.
Did you talk to Max this afternoon?
I have no wish to discuss
I
it.
told you not to interfere.
Like you, he is very rude.
We'll talk about this.
Good night, Desmond.
Is this it?
Yes, George, it's a radiator. Now, your trousers will be fine if they are sprinkled with salt and sponged down immediately. Now, there is a bowl in the kitchen. Will you get it and fill it with water for me, please?
Contesting with
Oh, what's for dinner, Dad? Steak and chips. Oh, sounds great. What's the telly do? How do I get these steaks apart? Why? Well, they're frozen, solid. Well, can't you just put them on like that? Don't be stupid. Well, we'll run them under hot water then. Well, it's not how Mum used to do it.
How's tea going?
Yeah, it's going fine, Dad.
Good up.
Oh, give us a look at them. I'll see if I can prise them open. So, I don't know.
Did you talk to Des about his old lady?
Yeah.
Is he upset?
Nah, not with Dad. You reckon she's an interfering old fat cow anyway?
It's good of him.
You doing okay?
Fine, Dad.
I don't think this is going to work, Danny.
I'll have to go and ask Mrs. Daniels.
Yeah, let's have a go.
No, Dad. It's okay. It was my idea to make the steaks. It's fine.
Oh, I'm only trying to be helpful, Danny.
I know, Dad, but, well, we don't know how to do it, so the most sensible thing to do is ask.
All right, good one. Look, I'm missing the match. You two get on with it, okay?
Good one, mate. Listen, when it's ready or if I can give you a hand, give us a call, eh?
Where'll you be?
Hey, Maureen. You're doing a good enough job by yourself.
Hey, I was watching that.
How many toasters did they get, Greg?
I don't know. Just make sure we don't lose any of these cards.
I'll take them over when I've got some spare time.
Can I come in?
Through here, Danny.
Hi.
Hi, Danny.
Where is everybody?
Oh, there's a new Australian movie out. They've all gone to see it.
Oh. I've got a bit of a problem, Mrs. Daniels. How do I split these steaks up?
Great difficulty, I'd say.
I want to cook them. We've divided the work up.
That sounds sensible.
What are you doing?
I'm cooking dinner for tonight. Dad and I are getting on really well now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, well, you won't if he's got to eat what you're going to cook.
Get out of it, Scott. Everybody's waiting at home for a feed. Is there anything you could do?
Fish and chip shop's still
Come
open.
on.
Very funny.
I've got some steak thawed out in the fridge.
Thanks.
Snapped up by Kennedy, as Peter said, took about an hour and a half to come down. But what's that matter when it's a goal? Just over the 2-minute mark. Still the difference 32 points. Into this final third quarter.
So that's it. You just thaw them out in advance.
That's all.
Well, no, next time. You'd better keep these in exchange.
Thank you, Danny.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Daniels. Dad loves his steak. He's going to be so pleased.
I'm sure he will be.
I reckon it's a waste of good meat giving it to him.
That's enough, Scott.
Did you tell him he has to clean out the freezer once a week?
Lay off, Scott.
At least we know what to get him for a present.
What's that? An apron?
Oven mitts.
And I know what to get you.
What?
A bag for his head.
You'd better get home, Danny. Your father will be waiting for his dinner.
Danny? Don't forget the gravy.
Bye, Mrs. Daniels.
Just as flaming well that banquet was, Andy. Like, watch out.
Is the Duke okay?
Yeah, looks like it. Got like a trot leg, kid.
It was an accident, Dad.
Nah, he's thoughtless. That's all he is, thoughtless.
Ta-da! Instant steaks. What's that smell?
That smell, Danny, is the smell of the kitchen nearly burning down.
Settle down, Dad.
Now listen, you never, and I mean never, leave oil or fat on a stove and then buzz off. If you're going to do something, Danny, for Pete's sake, do it right, OK?
What's happened?
Well,
Oh, the oil in the pan caught fire.
Oh, jeez. I forgot all about it.
jeez, you forgot. It was pretty stupid, Danny.
You don't have to shout at me,
Don't
Dad.
shout it, you nearly burned the house down.
I didn't mean it, did I?
What's that got to do with it?
I'll buy some takeaways.
What about those?
Oh, we'll have them tomorrow. You want to come with me? No, thanks. I'll be 5 minutes.
So with the steaks.
Danny. Listen, I'm sorry I bit your head off, son.
I deserved it, Dad.
Yeah, you did. And I know you were trying, and well, we all make mistakes, don't we?
I won't do it again.
Good. We'll have the steaks tomorrow. That's if you feel like cooking them, OK?
Yeah. Thanks, Dad. And I'll ask Mrs. Daniels how to make gravy without the lumps in it.
Aha! All you got to ask the old man. Here we go. Ta-da!
What do you think?
She needs something more colourful for that south wall.
What about this one?
Yes, it might do, but no. I don't like the way the trees turned out.
Come off it, Gran. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yes, how are you?
Good, real good. Well, except for one thing, a spare set of keys. I dropped them somewhere. I thought it might have been at the wedding.
Oh, I haven't seen them.
Neither have I.
Well, if you do.
Oh, of course.
Oh, that was some party. Photographer had a field day.
Yeah, I sure did.
Oh, that's really good.
Well, that's what I keep telling you. I reckon you should talk to the council. They might commission one.
How many of these have you got?
Well, dozens.
How would Madam like to exhibit at the bank? As assistant bank manager, I've got to come up with ideas, and you'd be doing me a favour.
She'd simply die of embarrassment.
A favour?
Absolutely. Well, I'd get an elephant stamp. Do you reckon you could bring these in tomorrow morning?
As soon as that?
Anything to back down.
Certainly does, and I'll do that.
Good on you, Gran.
And you can meet George, that's Mum's new heartthrob.
Heartthrob. Really?
That's our George, but you better be careful. He's a bit of a tiger with the ladies.
And that's how I got mixed up in the foreign exchange market. Now my life is Japanese yen, German Deutschmarks, and Swiss francs. And not much else.
Seems sad living just for work.
Yes, it does.
Would you care for some more wine? I can't drink it all.
Better not. I'm driving.
Oh, of course.
10:30, good heavens, is it really?
I had no idea.
I mustn't disturb your beauty sleep. Not that you need much of that.
Oh, George, you're such a flatterer.
Well, the foreign exchange market calls.
Well, let me check. You see? Salt works wonders. You won't even have to have them dry cleaned.
Perhaps I won't. In remembrance.
And I must apologize for Desmond. You tried to bring him up properly.
You're a marvelous mother. You mustn't think anything else. And thank you for a grand evening.
Will I be seeing you again?
Oh, of course. And might I...
What?
Might I kiss you goodnight? Good night.
Good night.
Adieu.
Adieu.
How's the yen?
Slight increase? Why?
Not the Japanese yen, the one for my mother. How are you getting on with it?
Really, Des?
The original quiet achiever. James Bond couldn't have learned from you.
Your mother is a very sweet person. Times are easier now. Took great courage leaving her husband in that economic climate.
Hey?
And she didn't volunteer that information. I had to drag it out of her.
What did she say exactly?
Ah, what a coincidence. Here's the lady herself.
Well, good.
She was imparting a confidence, Des. I would be grateful if you'd let the matter rest.
Hello, Des.
Morning. Good morning, Mum.
Good morning, Desmond.
Oh, we've got everything organised for you.
Oh, look, will you take this? I see George. I suppose I should say hello. Hello, George. Fancy meeting you here.
Has she been a pain? Don't be polite.
She's lonely, but she means well.
Means well?
Yes. I don't know in what order I'm going to hang these.
Well, why don't we unwrap them, then you can play around.
Okay.
I did. It's not often one has dinner with a real lady.
Or a real gentleman.
There is one thing perhaps I should mention.
What's that, George?
It concerns your marriage and your considerable act of courage in leaving your husband.
Well, some of us are called upon to make hard decisions.
Yes, of course. But I inadvertently mentioned the matter to Des.
Oh, dear.
I tried to pour oil on troubled waters, but I thought it best to alert you.
Yes, well, one's children are not always as understanding as they should be.
No, indeed.
How are you, Mum?
Well, fine. I was having a conversation with George.
Oh, well, that's something we should do.
Oh, righty.
Been going overboard a bit lately, have we?
I'm sorry, dear, I don't know what you mean.
Firstly, harassing the Ramsays. Secondly, lying to George.
Oh, no. That was a misunderstanding, dear.
Oh, we'll go and ask him.
No, we will not, dear.
I won't put up with it, Mum.
Well, this is neither the time nor the place, Desmond.
No, you're quite right. So let's keep it simple. Stop the nonsense right here and now. Leave the Ramsays alone and keep it honest with George.
I've never been so humiliated in all my life.
Otherwise, I will tell him the truth myself.
You have no right.
Just keep out of it in future.
Did you hear what he said to me?
Well, the last fragment.
I won't say a word against Desmond, but he is so much like his father, he can turn anything to his own advantage.
You can be assured I shall only believe what I hear from the horse's mouth. As it were.
Thank you, George. You're a great comfort.
And I shall speak to Des.
No, I'd rather you didn't. He's like his father, stubborn.
Well, as you wish.
Please.
I don't know whether to leave that there or switch it with the one along there. It's just a worry with the colours. What do you think, Des?
Oh, sorry, Helen. It's all new to me.
If I may, you should certainly switch the two pictures. The colours would balance so well.
You know, you're absolutely right.
Oh, it's your own idea.
Oh, I really didn't know. Thank you very much.
Douglas Blake, my card.
Oh. An art advisor?
Advice to galleries, businesses, and individuals, including banks, though not usually without a fairly substantial fee.
Well, I'm very grateful, Mr. Blake, and reassured. I'm Helen Daniels.
How do you do? You have an interesting style. It's not Brett Whiteley nor even Margaret Olley, but some quite individual touches.
I call it loose realism.
And a sense of humour. Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, I'm not really a painter. It's just an interest.
Do you like the moderns?
Love Magritte.
Oh, fantastic, man. You seem to be almost finished here. There's a coffee shop a couple of doors away, perhaps when I've made my deposit.
Yes, I'd be delighted.
Wonderful.
Oh, is the man going to buy one of your paintings, Helen?
No, just banking, madam.
We're just going to have some coffee, Eileen.
Oh, what a good idea. I was going to suggest that.
I'm convinced that Degas liked nothing better than a day at the races. And painting allowed him to indulge himself.
You certainly changed the way we see racehorses.
There's far too much interest in horse racing in this country.
I couldn't agree more.
It was one of the small failings of Desmond's father. Desmond is my son.
Do you like the Trex posters?
Love them.
Oh, Toulouse-Lautrec. Wasn't that Bert Lancaster?
Jose Ferrer.
Oh, yes. He spent the entire film on his knees. They must have been killing him. What was the name of that film?
Monet Waterlilies.
And Rouen Cathedral.
Lust for Life. Dreadful pornographic title.
Moulin Rouge.
Was it?
And Lust for Life had Kirk Douglas playing Van Gogh.
So it did. He's an assistant manager.
Kirk Douglas?
No, Desmond, my son.
Ah.
He's an assistant manager at the bank.
And a nice judge of art if he's promoting Mrs. Daniels.
Oh, Helen, please.
And I'm Eileen, and it isn't Ms., it's Mrs. She's a widow. Well, best to get these things out of the way, avoid embarrassment.
Thank you, Eileen. The current Australian painters are wonderful.
I suppose you two want to keep chatting.
Well, I'd certainly like to.
Well, I'd better be getting along then.
All right, Eileen.
Will you be long? Oh. Well, I'll leave you to it.
Very
then.
nice meeting you, Eileen.
Yes, it was. Very nice.
Bye-bye, Eileen.
Oh, by the way, about Max Ramsay.
Hi, can I give you a hand?
Oh, thanks, but...
I was having a look around the neighbourhood. I've just bought a place up in Newland Street and thought I'd check the place out.
everyone around here is really friendly.
Well, in that case, I should join in the spirit of the place.
Well, thanks for giving us a hand. My brother just got married. I'm just taking the rest of the presents around his place.
Oh, this picture's pretty good.
Yeah, my gran did it. He's having an exhibition down at the bank.
Well, it's a pity your brother isn't here to give you a hand.
It's the last load anyway. Only went away for a couple of days.
Oh, not for a honeymoon? Oh, look, where are your keys?
In my front pocket.
I'll go ahead and open up for you.
Right.
Sorry, George, was there something?
As a matter of fact, there was.
Fire away.
It concerns your mother.
Uh-huh.
I realize you occupy a special place in her life. Would you mind if I expressed an opinion?
Go ahead.
I'm saying this man to man. I know one often doesn't realize how one speaks to people, but I couldn't help overhearing you this morning.
Hang on.
And I must say, it left something to be desired.
What I say to my mother is my business.
Well, of course, you are entitled to take that view. But from where I stand, you seem somewhat out of order.
George, your relationship is your business. But she manipulates people.
Are you referring to myself?
No, I'm not referring to anyone. I'm just stating a fact.
Well, I find it offensive. I think you should examine your conscience, Des. You may be taking your father's side more than you realize.
Well, I just wanted Max Ramsay to understand. I didn't want to interfere.
I'll let him know.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'll be going then.
Bye-bye.
I'll see you later.
I'm exhausted, willing her to go.
She's one of life's characters. We'd be poorer without her.
Oh, Helen!
Oh, my God.
I'll be getting a cab, so I won't be coming back here. Or should I meet you somewhere in half an hour?
Eileen, I have things to do. I don't know what my plans are.
Oh. Well, bye-bye then.
Bye. I was about to be very rude.
Poor, sad old thing. She obviously can't help herself.
Poor, sad old thing. You're partly right.
Anyway, Helen, now that we have a moment to ourselves, I've got a proposition to put to you.